Welcome to the Bougie Black Brother Network. Good evening and welcome to Detect Bro Wino. That's me, Michael, your Bougie Black Brother. And we're doing something a little different. I went out and I kept having some things coming into my inbox about Amazon Experience Centers. So I decided to find out if any of them was in our area. What is an Amazon Experience Center? So, Experience Center is one of the flagship Amazon homes that they partnered with a company called Lennar or Lennar, Lennar. And they partnered with them and they put a lot of their actual Amazon products in and really made an automated home, brand new home that had all the bells and whistles and everything. So we went up to Cummings, Georgia, Mountain Crest, Sandalwood estates that was there. So we went in just to check it out. Why did I check it out? Well, our home is already automated almost to the point of what we need and what we don't need. So we decided to say, if we was going to buy a new home and really look to say, how will they accommodate the things that we have already or would like to have? How would that be made? So what we did, we jumped on the fact of seeing what Amazon had to offer. So this is the home that we actually went to. This is the one that's in Cummings, Georgia. So let's walk in and find out what's up. So the first thing you see is the front door, and they actually have a Ring doorbell on there. I already have one of those, so they're very convenient. So you'll be able to see who's at your front door, and if you have one of the Ring devices that has a screen, like the Echo Spot or the Echo Show, each one of those will be able to show you who's at your door without opening the Ring app. You'll be able to look to the screen and see who's at your front door, except for actually picking up your iPad or your phone or anything like that. And then they have the lock, which is a Baldwin. Never heard of it, but it also has a Kivo mobile app to go with it. So it has something that you can actually use with it in order to really just get in. So all these activations, you can lock and open the door, or see who's at the door, talk to them, activate it, and go from there. Then let's go inside. So this is the Amazon home. I showed you a couple of highlights of the things, but it's not as big or whatever as things is. It's okay. It's set up in a way that everything is in place. Most of the switches and everything are, in place. Is it something that you need to have your home actually to buy the home with it? If you don't know what you want, then I think it's key that you get a home prepaid or pre-made in that way. But if you look at this, most of this is only installed in different ways. You got the Sonos for your sound. And then you have, if you look at it, it has Honeywell as opposed to the Nest and the other Ecobee. But it's not bad. It's not bad at all. So for a house to say it's fully functional in that, I think it's good if you don't know what you're doing. But if you do, you can put a lot of things in place that can actually be great as an Amazon home. So the one thing we did not use or did not get, and you can see here, is these dash buttons. So we decided not to get these dash buttons because these things are really expensive. The cost of it, not actually just to activate it. They are $5 a piece. And what you can do is press that button and it automatically do your reorder. So these reorder buttons for Prime will get like Tide detergent, Brawny paper towels, Charmin toilet paper, so on and so forth. But it's got a lot of different things on there that if you press your dash button, you'll be able to do your reordering. But I didn't want that. And you see how they have it arranged in the closet. So as soon as it's done, you just press that button on your way out, or you go in and say, whoop, it's time, and you press that button and go from there. But that's one thing we didn't do. So I just found that to be okay. So now that we're in the bedroom, I didn't record it, but what you have is an Echo by the nightstand. So what you have with the Echo by the nightstand is to be able to say good night. As Alexa activate these routines, you'll be able to cut off lights, lock doors, and go on and so forth. And on the other side, you'll be able to say good morning. And with the good morning, it activates certain things. It can give you, like the weather, the directions, like for going to work, or anything like that. All of that you can activate with these routines with your Amazon Alexa sitting next to your bedside. So in the garage, you have the two garage door openers on one side. And if you look here, they have the charger. And this is another Amazon Enhanced Alexa version of it. You know, it cuts on, cuts off. And then you have the sprinkler. So you can actually control that through Alexa as well. But here you go, the one garage. This is great. You got the single door, so you want to be able to just control your single door. You want to do two doors. You don't want to do the single doors. But if you can get it configured, you're fine. You still can do it because most of the Genies and Chamberlains, you can have it set up so Alexa can control them individually. But if you don't want to do the things, hey, you can get it all configured in the home. So not a bad option, but again, these things can be done. Now, let me give you my last little summary of the home.
Well, that was our visit to the Amazon Experience Center. What was different about it was it wasn't something exciting for me. So I want you to keep this in mind. I'm experienced with having Alexa in my house, Echoes in my house, the Dots, the Echo Base. I have automation and light bulbs and switches and canaries and rings. And I have all of that throughout my house. I don't think it's impressive to someone who's experienced with it. It's good to see how it's set up. They have the kind of the fan set up, but they had fans that was set up that was actually Amazon related fans. But all you need is a regular fan and just get a switch. The switch is being controlled, but you got to have a separate hub. So that's the difference too. So if you have like a Samsung hub, or you have a Nest hub, or you have a Wink, which I had for years. If you have a Wink, all of that ties into that. So all those switches will be able to activate anything that you have, and all of that should be fine. The Lennar or Lanier or whatever the home was, I wasn't even impressed with them. I saw some things online that I'm not going to mention, but wasn't really favorable. But I'm not even going to go there because that's really wasn't it for. But the layout for the way the Alexa dots and things and look and all that was set up, it was overwhelming because they tried to have it in every room, so you had the opportunity just to call out at any given point. It doesn't have to be that way. You do not have to have it everywhere. You need to have it in strategic areas that you frequent and where you really want to activate things. I even have one for my outside lights, but while I'm inside, I can cut them off. I don't need to cut them off and on while I'm outside. So it doesn't make sense on having it outside unless you want to play music and then you're using it as a wireless speaker or Wi-Fi speaker in that matter. But to rate it, I don't think you should rate it. I think it's a level of convenience and knowledge. So if you're knowledgeable about home automation, it's not worth it. Don't buy a new house, automate your home. There's people that can go out and do that. I did that for a couple of friends. They said, hey, look, I want to get started. I started them with an Echo. I started them with a thermostat. I started them with a couple of bulbs. After the bulbs, then they went to switches. After switches, they went to garage door opener. After the garage door openers, they went to a lock. I have an August lock. I got 2 locks now, one for the backyard, one for the front. So what makes it interesting too, since I'm an Apple guy and I have Siri, I can do some of the same similar things with my iPhone that I can do with Alexa, but Alexa is integrated throughout my home. So really interesting for anyone who's a novice to the home automation game. But if you really have done this and have this integrated, even starting, it's not worth it trying to say, let me just go get a house. Only, and here's the key, only if you are not a DIY guy. If you don't do it yourself, then yeah, sometimes it's key. I don't do a lot of it myself either, but I normally have somebody come in and do 4 things at once. My garage door opener, my switches, my doorbell. I got all of that done at once. And pay the one guy and you're fine. You go from that. But you know, since it's a Tech Bro Wino, I'm drinking my Kinoman Fox, finishing up my my drink from the previous week. But you'll see it. This is a Zinfandel 65%, 35% Petite Syrah. And we was talking about that. It's pretty good. So I'm really finishing that off. But again, you make the decision on that. Your experience and your knowledge will get to you, or get you really what you want. It's a good experience to see. It gives you a good idea of how to set up your house too, if you are experienced. Or do I need to buy a house, or do I need to find someone that can do that for me? Amazon has people that can do that too, but they wanted to have like a showroom. And these Lennar people are saying, hey, look, do it for ours. We can probably sell things at the same time. I'm Michael, your bougie black brother, and you've just seen your Tech Bro Wino review of the Amazon Experience Center. See you next time. Thanks for stopping by.